https://www.twitch.tv/b7h30
Poof.
https://link. Hola. http
In many networks, you'll find that once you're through the firewall, the inside of the network is relatively open. People are able to move from system to system without any type of checks or balances. There are relatively few security controls in place, and this not only allows authorized individuals to move anywhere they'd like, but also allows unauthorized individuals and malicious software to do the same. But many security administrators are changing their network to be zero trust. This means that you have to authenticate or prove yourself each time you want to gain access to a particular resource. This applies to every device on the network, every process that's running, and every user on the network. As the name implies, with zero trust, nothing is trusted and everything is subject to some type of security checks. This means you might be using multi-factor authentication during your login process. You may be encrypting data that's stored and encrypting data.
That's about right. Good morning, Nori.
There may be additional system permissions or additional.
The whole stream this morning's been a struggle.
And there are a number of
All restream is all jacked up. I had to redo that.
controls that may need to be added to create this zero trust environment.
Where the hell am I?
Welcome to streaming. You must be new.
Oh, is this the second one? Oh, okay. Did modes, did planes, rolling test, adaptive identity.
security to really confirm that this user is who they say they are. This might also include an examination of the relationship of this person to the organization. So are they an employee? Are they a contractor? Do they work full-time or part-time? And of course, all of this goes into the evaluation of this authentication process. We also want to look at things like physical location, the type of connection that's in place, IP addresses, and anything else that can help us identify information about this user. Once we examine all of these different variables, we can have our systems automatically create a stronger authentication if it's needed in this particular.
I'm good, Nori. Thanks for asking. I bit the inside of my lip a couple days ago, and it's like all raw and hurts now. Other than that, I'm all right. Having trouble focusing yesterday on work. And then I got a meeting coming up at the end of the week, which is why, actually, I was thinking about it. I may be able to stream in the morning on Friday, but it'll be from the hotel room. I'm going to be on a work meeting all day.
I hate when you're that hungry, you start just chewing whatever is inside your mouth, lol.
Case.
How about you, Nori? How are you?
Control this trust is to limit how many places can be used to get into the network. So you may want to limit entry points to only being people that are inside of the building or connecting through a VPN. There may be no other methods to gain access to this particular network. And once you have all of this information in place, we can now start creating what's called a policy-driven access control that examines all of these individual data points, puts them all together, and then decides what type of authentication process should be used to truly understand if the person trying to identify themselves is really that person. Another good way to qualify the identity of a person is to understand where they're connecting from. And very broadly, we categorize these as security zones. This allows us to expand from something that is simply a one-to-one relationship where a user is logging into a server and instead looks at the overall path of the conversation. These security zones look at where we're connecting from and examine where we're trying to connect to. So this may be on an untrusted network and we're trying to connect to a trusted network, or maybe it's an internal network or external network. And if you wanted to have even more granularity, you could create separate VPN connections or separate groups of different departments within your organization. This allows you to now start setting rules on what zone has access to all of the other zones. For example, you might want to have a rule that automatically denies access if someone is coming from an untrusted zone and trying to communicate to a device that's in a trusted zone. We can also use these zones to create an implicit trust. For example, if someone is in our corporate offices, they might be in a trusted zone. This user in the trusted zone may be accessing data on a database server that's in our data center, and the data center exists in the internal zone. This might allow us to create some policies that says if anyone's communicating from the trusted zone to the internal zone, that portion of the communication is implicitly trusted. To be able to set the
9, 10, 11, 12.
Says,
Good morning, Mr. West.
Good morning, Adam. As in Adam West? That's an old reference.
Was making a reference to the Kanye West song, but Adam West works as well.
Ah,
Kitty says, I'm happiest as can be, never been happier, Noiki one hug.
old Kanye.
Think on a spectrum of 1 to 10, prob an 11.
No, that's good,
Maybe
Nori.
even 12, Noiki 1H.
Hi, Ravi. I'm sorry to hear that you're having a hard time with Twitch.
You just let me know in DM when you find out why, tongue.
It's weird, Ravi.
Portion of the communication is implicitly trusted. To be able to set these policies and procedures along this pathway, we need to have something in place that allows us to create an enforcement of these policies. This is our policy enforcement point, and any subjects and systems that are communicating through this network will be subject to evaluation by the policy enforcement point. These subjects and systems commonly are end users, their individual.
What are you working on? Just let you know in a DM when you find out what. When I find out what. Are you talking to Ravi? Nori.
Process is running on a system, or they may be applications that are in use.
Raspberry Pi
You can think of this
supercomputer
policy enforcement point
Morning.
as a gateway.
Morning, Tagora.
All of the traffic
Not
traversing the
working on
network
nothing. You
must
just
pass
gotta
through the
figure out
policy
why and
enforcement
super
point
happy.
so that we can make
Haha.
decisions on
Oh,
whether
why you're super happy. I'm sorry.
allow this traffic. And although this policy enforcement point is shown as a very broad abstraction in this diagram, you can think of this as multiple devices working together to be able to provide identification of the users and the traffic. The policy enforcement point doesn't provide the decision on whether traffic should be allowed or disallowed. Instead, it gathers all of the information about the traffic and provides that to a policy decision point. This policy decision point is responsible for examining the authentication and making a decision on whether that should be allowed on the network. Your policy engine is looking at all of the requests that are coming through. It examines the request and compares it to a set of predefined security.
Which of the following is true about this attack? A. There was no patch available for the vulnerability. B. An insider conducted the attack. C. The attack was conducted by an advanced persistent threat, APTs. D. The application was not updated with the latest security updates.
Softball. Attacker has exploited a zero-day vulnerability in an internet-facing application. Which of the following is true about their attack? There's no patch available for this vulnerability. An insider conducted the attack. The attack was conducted by an APT. The application was not updated with the latest security updates. Answer is A. Smell the cat shit box all the way over
That's
here.
correct, good sir. Hope you and the family are doing well this morning. Smile, smile.
Oh, we're all good, gaming golfer. Thank you. Hey, did you use that code yet? How about you? How's your family doing?
Tommy Luco says,
Yo, you old gambler. How's it going?
Policies and then make
Tommy
excited for the Super
Luco. Yeah, kinda.
gaming golf at the
I'm
struggle of
glad that
Israel says,
the Ravens didn't
Super
win.
Bowl is indeed my second favorite holiday. I look forward to it every year regardless of who's playing.
Tommy Luco says,
I'll call in sick the day after, but mainly as I won't get any sleep anyways due to it being
Yeah.
in the middle of the night for me.
Yeah, there's a high number of it's a high number of call-offs in the United States the Monday after Super Bowl. Yeah, I'm glad the Baltimore Ravens lost. Even though I despise Kansas City, and I want I want the
Well, my
49ers
boss
to
already
win.
knows that I will call in sick. D.
Raspberry Pi Supercomputer says,
Was there a sports ball game this weekend? I saw a bunch of cars parked outside my house uninvited.
Morning, Tagora. Nope. 2 weeks? The 11th? Yeah, 2 weeks.
Tommy Luco says,
on whether that is
I don't
granted,
like Kansas
denied,
City
or
yet.
revoked. The policy administrator's job is to
Mahomes is a gigantic diaper baby. A whining, crying diaper baby.
Kitty says,
And he's really good.
why are they called the 49ers? Are there 49 of them? Gaming golf at the
Nope.
struggle of Israel says,
49er used to be
I always
Gold
make sure
Rush,
I get PTO
reference.
for the day after the Super Bowl. Not because I get drunk or anything, but by the time the game itself is over and all the guests leave, it's like 1 a.m. or so, and I'm tuckered out. Lol.
yeah. We'll go to my family's house. We'll go to my dad. My dad hosts something.
Tommy Luco says,
The game won't even start until like 1 a.m. for me. D. We're 4 football fans in our team of 8 people. So I guess we'll be a bit understaffed the day after. D.
I don't think my son, or wait, no, that's not that. Mother's Day. My Dominic's going to be on his trip. Yep. I don't know. What happened to my stream? I don't know.
Is.
Morning, sir.
Morning, Pure. How we doing?
Make that decision and provide that information to the policy enforcement point. There may be access tokens or credentials that are created as a result of these policy decisions, and all of those credentials are then sent to the policy enforcement point using this policy administrator. Now we can put all
I am fine. Yourself?
I'm good, Pure. Good. Thanks for asking. Tommy Luca, how you been doing? What's been going on with the job? Poof.
enforcement point using this policy administrator. Now we can put all of enforcement point
question. Do I make a sandwich or do I see if the mother wants to go out for lunch?
Spend time with mom. Yep. Yep.
Kitty says, eat the sandwich while spending time with your family, then go out for lunch. Noiki 1H. Or, make us a sandwich then go out for lunch. Kua says,
I suppose I haven't had breakfast yet. And it's still 11-ish.
using this policy administrator. Now we can put all of this together to create a single zero trust model, which starts with our subjects and systems communicating from an untrusted zone over the data plane and communicating through the policy enforcement point.
Let's go.
If there is
Where are you going? No distractions. Thank you. Thanks for the hydrate.
the data plane and communicating through the policy enforcement point. If there is a policy enforcement that needs to take place, this enforcement point will provide that to the policy administrator, which then communicates to the policy engine to make the decision about whether this traffic is allowed. That result is then passed down to the policy administrator, which provides that to the policy enforcement point. And if this traffic is allowed, the policy enforcement point then provides access to this trusted zone and ultimately the enterprise resource requested by the subjects or the systems. These resource that to the policy out communicate using this policy administrator. Now we can put
distracted?
All of this together to create
Nope, I had to blow my nose.
zero trust model, which starts with our subjects and systems communicating from an untrusted zone over the data plane and communicating through the policy enforcement point. If there is a policy enforcement that needs to take place, this enforcement point will provide that to the policy administrator, which then communicates to the policy engine to make the decision about whether this traffic is allowed. That result is then passed down to the policy administrator, which provides that to the policy enforcement point. And if this traffic is allowed, the policy enforcement point then provides access to this trusted zone and ultimately the enterprise resource requested by the subjects or the systems. And ultimately,
I wonder if these arrows are intentional. I don't think it matters. So I got 4 things. This top box is going to take up 2 of them, 3 of them. More like 2. Pretty wide. This is similar to another drawing we made, right? It was another type of access control. Authentication, authorizing accounting. No. Firewall VPN connector. Concentrator.
good Tuesday.
All right, Tagora. Have a good Tuesday. Enjoy work.
which then communicates to the policy emanating from an untrusted zone over the data plane and communicating through the policy enforcement point. If there is a policy enforcement that needs to take place, this enforcement point will provide that to the policy administrator, which then communicates to the policy engine to make the decision about whether this traffic is allowed. That result is then passed down to the policy administrator, which provides that to the policy enforcement point. And if this traffic is allowed, the policy enforcement point then provides access to this trusted zone. And ultimately, the enterprise resource requested by the subjects or the systems.
Thanks for the no distractions, Cypher.
Abusing would be if I do.
What Zip says.
I love you.
Aw,
Lennon says.
thank you.
Kitty says. Gives a string of R's.
Does everyone know that? Get in the way to do anything you don't want to do. You know that. Does everyone know that? You can't get Nori to do anything.
Kitty says. Must be sharing it again.
Yep. You can't get Nori to do anything she don't want to do. You know that. These R's. 149. Oh. Can you make clips from this? No, this is the highlights. Okay.
These are funny though.
Nori's R's are the best. I've been doing. Just when I thought Nori couldn't top a string of R's, she comes through.
Wubzoof says.
It tries so hard.
You can't get Nori to do anything she don't want to do. You know that. Does everyone know that? Just when I thought Nori couldn't top a string of R's. Just when I thought Nori couldn't top a string of R's. Just when I thought Nori couldn't top a string of R's. After all that. Know that. A string of R's.
Jess says.
Password is Cleveland Browns suck.
Exegete says.
Yes!
If it turns out to be Juilliard, I'll be very disappointed. That was just a guess off the music thing.
Yes!
Jess says.
A little over the top.
Vintage grin.
Jess.
Says.
Spired one lurky.
Exegete says.
They had an awful
I don't follow any of them, but have family who do love.
Texans.
Ouch.
Exegete says.
Yes!
If it turns out to be
Exegete says.
Yes!
if it turns
Jess says.
Password is Cleveland Browns suck.
Exegete says.
Yes!
if it turns out to be Juilliard, I'll be very disappointed. That was just a guess off the music thing.
Yes!
Jess says.
British grin.
Jess says.
Password.
Jess says.
Pass.
Jess says.
British grin.
Jess says.
Password is Cleveland Browns suck.
Jess says.
Password is Cleveland Browns suck.
Exegete says.
Yes!
If it turns out to be Juilliard, I'll be very disappointed. That was just a guess off the music.
It's just a folder. What
Not
the
the
fuck?
password, smile, smile.
That's a good trick. I didn't know that. Thank you, Super Grumble. Thank you for that.
Exegete says.
Why do I keep hearing my name? Nika Bungle.
Oh, fuck you.
Frackery says.
Super useful.
Super Grummel says.
Try tree.
It's just a folder. What
Not
the
the
fuck?
password, smile.
What
Not
the
the
fuck?
password, smile, smile.
That's a good trick. I didn't know that. Hey. Gotta put Small Beanie Hacker on the bus.
Pure says.
R.I.P.
Yep. Oh.
Exegete says.
Bus kids are best kids.
Morning, Exegetio. That can't be it.
Trash puppy. The puppy who roots through your trash says.
Morning.
Good morning. Just about to wrap it up, TP.
Exegete says.
It certainly is morning. Sleeping face.
If you're above ground, it's good. Count it. Toggle bits on.
Trash puppy. The puppy who roots through your trash says.
Colon, less than.
Exegete says.
Tell that to my partner when I get up at 4:30 every day with our child.
You're above ground.
The easiest way to get into the meditative state is to
Yep. Toggle.
by listening.
Trash puppy, glad you can catch me. Thank you for swinging by. We're gonna slide into toggle bit.
Trash puppy. The puppy who roots through your trash says.
You'll be on later on?
Okay, good to see you.
Exegete says.
Did Toggle Bit consent to being slid into?
Trash puppy.
Alright, we're gonna
The puppy who
raid
roots through
Toggle
your
Bit
trash
then.
says.
Have a good day, smile, smile. Maybe.
I'm a mess today. You'll have that. Hey. Exegedio. Tagora. Trash Puppy. Nori. Ravi.
I Noiki one hug.
Tagora. Pure.
Exegete says,
Lumia Stream.
Life is a
Tommy
mess. What you're doing
Luco.
doing
Gaming
right.
Golfer.
Nikki,
Adam.
thanks for streaming.
Hey.
Have a good morning.
Thanks for having me. We'll see you tomorrow. Remember, no stream on Friday. I'm gonna be, or maybe I'll do a stream on Friday. I'm gonna be at a all-day meeting for work.
Update me on that thing we did about.
Yep. No, I can tell you. I'm updating it right now. I'll get it out. Planning on doing it today. Have a great day. I just got to make sure that it doesn't hurt to talk. Never mind.
Break it out, right? But it's like for some reason the timer and the other thing just get. Oh, Caleb, thank you so much for that. Thank you so much. Yeah, I was supposed to go back to Rust, wasn't I? Right? Thank you, Caleb. Theo, thank you for the raid, Theo. Wow, all the raids, all the subs. You guys are super sweet. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate that. How you doing, Theo? Again, thank you, Caleb. Thank you, Steve-O. You guys are super kind. Thank you so much. Most of the time it's 0.5 liter, but there's also 1 liter ones. No idea what you're talking about. Are you talking about the boot now? Frame rate of the display and the camera don't like each other. No. I'm good, Theo. I'm good. I'm super good. Thank you. Super good. Not just good. I'm super good. That was the wrong button. All right. So yeah, right. We're all good. We're all good. We're all good here. Okay. Okay, so we can evaluate this expression, and now we have to